Good.
The Christian life is a life of faith. And what is faith? Faith is confidence in God. Faith is trust in God. Faith is dependence on God. When we exercise faith, we expect God to respond to our faith and maybe intercede and maybe intervene and maybe step into our life's difficult situations and help us. And as a result of that, our faith can be confident. Our faith can be expectant. But do you realize that there are times that God chooses not to deliver, where God chooses not to answer, when God chooses not to intervene in our life situations? What do you do when that is the case in your life? In Daniel chapter 3, we come across the three Hebrew men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. King Nebuchadnezzar had decided that he was going to build a golden statue of himself and asked that all the people, nations, and languages worship that image. The Hebrew boys decided not to worship because they know that was idolatry and their God forbade that categorically. And so they decided that they were not going to bow down. They chose to trust in their God. In verse 16, when Nebuchadnezzar was talking to them, they responded and told him, "We know that our God can deliver us." They said, "We know that our God will deliver us." That is confident faith. That is expectant faith. But also in verse 17, they also said, "But if not." These men realized that it could be in the divine power, in the divine sovereignty of their God not to deliver them. But in that, they still chose to trust their God. My encouragement to you today, my encouragement to you this week, my encouragement to you this month is that you choose to trust in your God, that you choose to depend on your God, even when you know that He may decide not to deliver you. But as we know, ultimately God delivered, God intervened, God stepped in with them when they were cast into the fiery furnace. But that was because they resigned their faith to Him. They said, "God, we are in your hands. You do with us what you please." I pray that this week you will resign in your faith to God and say, "God, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to depend on you. I'm going to have faith in you, even if you decide not to answer my prayer the way I want."